Beloved friend, if you would, settle into this moment with me. Let your shoulders soften, your breath deepen, as if drawing in the quiet wisdom of a mountain stream. In the midst of life's gentle currents, those days that flow smoothly and those that eddy with unseen depths, Archangel Michael extends a reassuring presence, reminding you through God's grace that strength and guidance are woven into the fabric of your being. This message arrives not as a command, but as an invitation to reflection, a soft nudge toward the stillness where your true power resides. You may feel a subtle pull today, a longing for direction amid the ordinary, and that's a sacred signal, one that suggests this season is ripe for tending the garden of your soul. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, tranquil lake at dawn. The water mirrors the sky's first light, undisturbed, holding secrets of depths unexplored. Your life, too, carries such depths, layers of experiences that have shaped you, not to burden, but to build. God is reminding you, in this reflective pause, that inner growth begins here, in the willingness to simply be. No need for grand gestures, just the quiet acknowledgement of where you stand. You've journeyed far, carrying questions like companions on a long walk, and in that carrying, patience has been your faithful ally. It whispers that timing is not yours to wrestle, but to witness a divine rhythm, aligning stars and steps in ways beyond the visible. You may feel echoes of weariness now, the soft ache of efforts poured into soil that seems slow to yield. That's the human heart speaking, seeking solace in the unfold. This message invites you to honor it, to sit with the uncertainty, not as foe, but as teacher. Think of the oak tree, its roots delving deep before branches reach wide. Your patience mirrors that steadfast reach and fostering growth unseen yet undeniable. As you breathe here, notice the small anchors of grace, a memory of resilience rising unbidden, the steady rhythm of your pulse affirming life's quiet persistence. These are the first threads of hope, weaving clarity from the mist of doubt. Let this opening be a sanctuary, a space where letting go feels less like loss and more like lifting a veil. Emotional healing stirs in such moments, as old stories soften, making room for peace to settle like dew on fresh leaves. God suggests through this gentle guidance that your strength isn't forged in frenzy, but in faith's patient vigil, a trust that guidance flows when we cease striving and begin listening. Stories from your path may surface now, a challenge met not with force but with a surrendered heart, leading to insights that lingered like sweet afterglow. These narratives remind you that you're not adrift, you're held, directed by an unseen hand that knows your name. As the music carries us softly onward, like a feather on a breeze, allow yourself to receive this truth. You are equipped, enveloped in a light that illuminates without overwhelming. No rush to transformation, simply the permission to rest in the present, where faith blooms as naturally as breath. This season of reflection calls you to patience, not as endurance alone, but as an embrace of timing's wisdom, yours and the divine intertwined. Feel the warmth of that companionship, a quiet authority affirming your worth. Carry this stillness into the layers ahead, where we'll explore the essence of that inner strength, a force as enduring as the dawn. For now, linger here. You've arrived exactly as you are, and that's a victory worth savoring. With the hush of our shared stillness settling around us, let's turn our hearts toward the enduring flame of inner strength, a quiet fire that Archangel Michael's guidance illuminates within you. God is reminding you, through the steady glow of candlelight in a shadowed room, that this strength isn't a fleeting spark, but a hearth tended over seasons of sun and storm. You may feel it now, a subtle warmth amid cooler doubts, suggesting that this time invites a deeper attunement to the power already alight in your core. Patience, that gentle guardian, has been fanning these embers, teaching you that true fortitude blooms in the waiting, not the winning. Reflect on the river that carves canyons not through rage, but relentless flow. Patient, persistent, profoundly shaping. Your life echoes this. Moments where holding steady amid the rush revealed reservoirs of resilience you scarcely knew. This message encourages you to trace those lines, to see how inner growth has layered like sediment, building a foundation unshakable by surface winds. You don't need to summon this strength. It's there, invited forward by faith's soft call. God whispers that letting go of self-imposed weights, those shoulds that dim your light, allows it to shine clearer, fostering emotional healing as tender as a healed scar, strong yet sensitive. You may sense the pull of old patterns now, habits of overreach that once seemed armor but now chafe like ill-fitted shields. This season suggests release, not as defeat, but as discernment, choosing what nourishes over what exhausts. In that choice, hope stirs, a companion to patience, illuminating paths once veiled. Stories of guidance may well up a decision deferred that led to wiser ways, a night's vigil yielding morning's mercy. These are testaments to timing's grace, where clarity arrives not demanded, but discovered, wrapping you in peace like a familiar cloak. As we breathe into this flame, let it warm the corners of uncertainty. Faith here is the bellows, hope the fuel, turning flickers to steady blaze. God is reminding you that your strength is relational, drawn from connection to the divine, to self, to the quiet chorus of creation. No isolation in the forge. You're accompanied, guided by whispers that affirm your capacity. Feel the reassurance. This inner fire doesn't consume, it comforts, clarifying intentions as dawn parts night. Patience weaves through it all, a thread of gold in the tapestry of your becoming. It invites you to trust the slow burn, knowing that haste scatters ashes while steadiness builds hearths. Emotional healing follows, as wounds once raw become wisdom's etchings, sources of empathy rather than echoes of pain. You may feel a softening now, a release of breath long held, making space for peace to root deeply. This is growth in motion, subtle, sacred, sustaining, as the music bridges us forward with resonant tones, like echoes in a vast hall. We'll venture into the art of surrender, where letting go unveils even greater guidance. For now, tend this flame with a simple gaze inward. It's yours, eternal, echoing the strength that has carried you thus far and will light the steps to come. Easing deeper into our reflection, let's embrace the grace of surrender, a tender unfolding that Archangel Michael's watchful presence encourages, revealing paths of emotional renewal. God is reminding you, in the way autumn leaves drift without resistance, that letting go isn't abandonment, but alignment with a greater flow. You may feel the gentle tug of attachments, now threads of worry or what-ifs that once protected, but now tether, inviting you to loosen them with kindness. This season whispers of patience as the key, unlocking healing not through effort, but through ease, allowing inner growth to emerge, like spring from winter's rest. Picture a bird releasing its grip on a branch, wings catching air, not out of fear, but faith in the lift beneath. Your heart knows this instinct, honed by times when holding on prolonged the storm, while surrender invited sun. This message invites reflection on those thresholds, the relationships reshaped by space, the dreams refined in delay. God suggests that emotional healing thrives here, in the space created where tears may fall like rain, nourishing soil for hope's tender shoots. No judgment in the flow, only compassion, a balm that soothes without erasing the story's value. You may notice stirrings of release now, a quiet unraveling of knots tied long ago. Patience holds the mirror, showing how these releases foster clarity, sifting essentials from the excess. Faith steps in as anchor, hope as horizon, guiding without grip. Stories from your journey illuminate this. A forgiveness extended that freed more than it cost. A pause in pursuit that realigned purpose. These moments affirm that timing honors the soul's pace, weaving peace from threads of trust. As we linger in this grace, let surrender feel like homecoming, a return to wholeness. Inner strength, far from diminished, deepens in vulnerability, becoming a wellspring rather than a wall. God is reminding you that guidance flows freely in open hands, illuminating steps with gentle light. Emotional renewal isn't linear. It's a dance, steps forward and back, each one building resilience wrapped in warmth. Breathe through the layers unfolding. Feel the peace settling, like mist over a calm meadow, inviting rest amid the renewal. This letting go paves the way for faith's quiet expansion. Hope's steady rise, clarity's soft dawn. No haste required, simply presence, patient and profound. With the music's melody carrying us like a current, we'll move toward nurturing these gifts, faith, hope, and the clarity they birth. For now, honor the surrender begun. It's a bridge to brighter waters, crossed with grace. From the gentle shores of surrender, let's now nurture the seeds of faith, hope, and clarity. Vital blooms that Archangel Michael's guidance tends within your spirit. God is reminding you, through the faithful return of tides to shore, that these aren't distant virtues, but living roots drawing from the well of your experiences. You may feel a quiet yearning now for assurance in the ambiguous, suggesting this season calls for cultivation. Patient tending that yields peace as its quiet fruit. Inner growth flourishes here, layer by layer, as you water what endures. Faith begins as a mustard seed, small yet potent, growing through the soil of daily trust, choosing belief amid the not yet clear. This message invites you to reflect on its presence, the ways you've leaned into uncertainty, emerging, not unbroken, but beautifully bent toward light. Patience is the sunlight, warming without scorching, while letting go clears weeds of worry. God whispers that hope follows, a companion light, illuminating possibilities like stars pricking night, not guarantees, but gentle invitations to dream anew. You may sense clarity dawning now, not as floodlight, but lantern glow, revealing contours once blurred. Emotional healing paves this path, softening scars into signposts of wisdom. Stories echo, a hope held through haze that parted to purpose. Faith's whisper guiding a turn unregretted. These affirm timing's artistry, crafting peace from patience's loom. As we breathe life into these nurturings, let them intertwine. Faith, grounding. Hope, clarity, crowning both. Inner strength, renewed, becomes conduit for guidance, a flow unforced. God is reminding you of your role, not creator, but co-tender, present in the process. Feel the reassurance. Peace isn't pursued, it's inhabited, a state blooming in attentive hearts. This cultivation invites simple rituals, a breath of thanks, a walk attuned to whispers. Hope rises, faith deepens, clarity clears the way. No perfection sought, only persistence, patient and pure. As harmonious notes guide us toward closure, we'll gather these lights into a final embrace. For now, nurture freely. They are yours, growing toward grace. As our shared reflection draws to its peaceful close, Let's gather the whispers we've heard, the call to stillness, the flame of strength, the grace of surrender, the nurturing of faith and hope. Archangel Michael's presence, through God's tender reminder, affirms that guidance is not occasional but ever present, a constant companion in your unfolding. You may feel, in this lingering glow, a profound settling, as if the pieces of your heart align in quiet harmony. This season suggests that your journey, with its patient pauses and healing releases, is a sacred tapestry, threaded with clarity and peace that time alone can weave. Look back gently on the stirrings, the warmth of inner strength rediscovered, the lightness of letting go, the bloom of hope in faithful soil. God invites you to carry these not as burdens, but as beacons, soft lights, for days when shadows lengthen. Inner growth, ever ongoing, reminds you that strength lies in the becoming, not the arrived. Patience, that wise teacher, has shown you timing's kindness, fostering emotional healing that turns echoes of pain into songs of resilience. This message closes with an embrace of reassurance. You are guided, not by force, but by love's subtle lead, faith as your compass, hope your sail, clarity your star. Peace envelops like evening's hush, inviting rest in the knowing that you're held, seen, sufficient. Stories of your path, small victories in surrender, insights born of wait, whisper of more to come, unfolded in divine rhythm. Thank you for this time, this tender space. May strength and guidance walk beside you in every breath, every step, until we reflect again. Dwell in peace, live in light, and trust the heart's quiet knowing. Be well, beloved.